Just let me know. Oh, I love that voice. I feel like they should have updated it by now, but oh well, what can you do? Okay, so today's topic that we're going to be going through is planning and visualization. Now, for a lot of, hang on, I've got someone coming in. There we go. So yeah, planning and visualization. So planning and visualization really do go together. When I used to come up with a lot of plans, but I never had an image in my mind of how it was going to go. So I'd always have these plans and then they wouldn't follow through. And I'd be like, why is this happening? And what I realized was I didn't have an image in my mind of me succeeding. I had an image in my mind of all these other things. So what we're going to be talking about tonight is how planning combined with visualization can make the ability to succeed a lot higher. They actually did some studies with people around the world in different categories, different periods of life, all the way from like drug addicts all the way up to like CEOs and stuff. And what they found was that addicts plan a few hours in advance because they're always looking to get that next hit. Whereas the top end, like the leaders, the CEOs of the world, they were thinking like decades into the future. The average person was only thinking in weeks because that's all they had an image of in their mind. That's all they had in terms of what they were planning. So when we get really clear on what our goals are and plans of how we're going to get there, it eliminates a lot of distractions as well. Why? Because suddenly in our mind, we don't see them happening. If we sit there and we visualize our ideal day, how it's going to go, and we don't put in scrolling TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is and getting distracted, it's a lot easier for us to follow through because we've made the decision in our mind ahead of time and we've solidified it with a clear vision of what it's supposed to look like. When you're trying to figure out how to drive a car, or if you're asking for advice on how to do that, you tell someone with instructions and their visual instructions. When you buy IKEA furniture, you don't just go, oh, let's just see how this goes. No, you look at the instructions because you know, hang on, if I want this thing at the end, a finished product, and I know I have to follow instructions, otherwise I'll put it together wrong, there'll be a hinge on backwards and it won't function. You look at the instructions and you follow it step by step, and you do so with faith, knowing that if you do that, you're going to get what it is that you want. So what we're going to be doing today is combining a little bit of how we plan with visualization so that we can do what it is that we want to do a lot easier in life. So the first thing that we're going to be covering today is a question. And then I'm going to explain a little bit more as we go so that we can kind of really get the benefit of this. What I'm going to do is ask you to take a pen and paper. You can do this on a notepad or you can do it on your device, whichever one works for you. But I want you to think about how you want the rest of tonight to go. So we're going to be finishing this at 8:30. And if you want to stay on and talk for 15 minutes or so, then I'll stick around so we can have a chat. But if not, you can leave then. What do you want tonight to look like? Think about from when this call ends to when you turn off the lights at night. And then I want you to think about what time you're going to wake up the next morning from this and what your day is going to look like. So I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to journal this all the way from after this call, all the way until you put your lights off and you go to sleep tomorrow night, what you want it to look like. And a little bit of a caveat here is do not imagine that suddenly you're going to become Superman or Superwoman and you can do everything. Do not put yourself under pressure. I want you to imagine it realistically and also put a couple of things in there that you're going to enjoy. Don't just say, I'm going to be in bed, I'm going to read, I'm going to do this work, and I'm not going to answer a phone call from my mum if my mum calls me. Don't do that. If you want to talk to your mum tomorrow, or if you want to have a night out tomorrow, a drink, you want to celebrate by having a nice meal and cooking, be realistic. So I'm going to give you this time now, about 7 minutes or so. And I want you to just journal and plan what you want to happen in this period of time. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. But be kind to yourself, non-judgmental. Want to look at Facebook or YouTube tonight for any reason, just make sure that you're happy with it, that it aligns with what it is that you're trying to create in your life right now. there's a TV show you've been wanting to watch and it's in the plans, then put it in there. Don't feel bad about it. But what we want to do is just create an image through planning, something that we can accomplish. If you're struggling to think about it, just take a deep breath, just relax, let your shoulders drop down. This is not a pressure exercise. This is just one to see what the vision or images that you're holding of what this might look like for you so you can get a clearer picture. Feel free to also add in a couple of things, descriptions of how the event might go. I'm reading a book I love and I'm really enjoying it from 9:30 till 10, whatever it is for you. If you've got a big chunk of work tomorrow that you're doing, just write down what that might look like in a positive thing. Going to work tomorrow from this time to then, and I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a good attitude throughout the day. And at lunchtime, I'm going to be really proud of myself for following through on this. Whatever it is for you, just feel free to get creative. A clear image eliminates confusion. Kind of like passing your mind the IKEA instructions. And if you finish the exercise early, feel free to go back through it and just ask yourself, is this realistic? What can I add in to make it more fun? To have a positive image of this task that I have. Awesome. And as you're going through it, know that this is an exercise you can do quite often. And the more you do it, the better you get at planning, because you're starting to imprint into your mind images of what success looks like to you, what it means to have a day where you're living successfully. And the clearer that image gets, the more times you do this exercise, the more chance you've got at succeeding. I want you to have a look through what it is that you've written down of all the tasks. And I want you to actually pick one, and I want you to write down why you're really excited for that task. Like, what are some of the benefits, some of the joys it's going to bring? It's not only the clear image, but it's also the positive inference that we've got towards that image. You create a great day and it's what you should be doing, but you look at it and there's no joy, there's no satisfaction, there's no fulfillment, then your mind's going to run from it. Our mind is designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So if the images are not positively framed in some way, then you're most likely going to avoid it. And that's going to be the time when you jump on the TikTok, or when you eat that, I don't know, Macca's meal or whatever it is. So it's going to want to avoid the pain and seek pleasure. Awesome. Awesome. So this is an exercise that you can do on a daily basis. Like just before you go to bed at night, I find it the best to write down how you want the next day to go. And write it down in detail, and then close your eyes for a few minutes and just visualize what it's going to look like, so you can get clear. What does it look like if I'm in bed at this time? What am I going to be doing? Can I see the actions? Can I see myself enjoying it? Can I see myself feeling proud or fulfilled or satisfied? And the stronger you can make the image and the more positive emotions you can associate with it, whether it's driven, passion, whatever it is, the more chance you've got of succeeding. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into a little bit of a guided meditation / visualization. So take a moment now to just get yourself comfortable, wiggle your butt around, make sure it's nice and comfy in the chair. You can put your feet up and cross your legs if you want. You just roll your shoulders back and forth a little bit. I'm just going to put on some lovely music for us to kind of share this experience too. And everyone hear that music coming through loud and clear? Beautiful, beautiful. So I want you to just relax your arms, relax your shoulders, move your neck from side to side, just stretch out a little bit, get comfortable. And through this meditation, try your best to limit too much movement, because that will disrupt your thinking process. So the more comfortable you are right now, the better. And when you feel ready, close your eyes and just arrive in the space. Now notice how you're feeling, how your body's feeling. Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling relaxed? If you're feeling stressed, take a deep breath in through the nose and release it. Feel it drift away and just arrive more and more in the space. And what we're going to do now is a breathing exercise, where you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. But for each breath, you're going to count a number. And we're slowly going to count our in breaths as 1, our out breaths as 2, all the way up to 10. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep starting back at 1, and each time go 1 number further. So we get all the way up to 10. I'm going to do the first few breaths with you and then let you go on by yourself for a little while. So in 3, 2, 1, breathe in and count 1. Breathe out and count 2. Breathe in again, count 1. Breathe out, count 2. Breathe in, count 3. Breathe out, count 1. Breathe in, count 2. Breathe out, count 3. Breathe in, count 4. Breathe out, count 1. Keep going with this all the way up until 10. And if you lose your count, start back at 0. And now, let go of the counting and just let your mind relax. Let go of any thoughts. And just keep focused on your breathing, going in, going out. Feeling the air through your nose, down to your lungs, your stomach, just noticing it going out. Noticing how it feels. Amazing. And now, I want to bring to your mind plans that you have for tonight, tomorrow. And I want you to start at 8:45 tonight in you're ready to start some tasks or get ready for bed, whatever it is that you want to do. And I want you to start visualizing it. Visualize the tasks in detail. See yourself participating freely in a state of relaxation, calmness, all the way through past the night, going to sleep, waking up tomorrow morning, all the way through the day until tomorrow night. Focus on what you can see. Focus on what you can feel. And if you're struggling with decision making, take another deep breath in. And just know that tomorrow you can do it differently if you want. But today you're being decisive. Just choose one activity. Allow yourself to enjoy the process. You can see the challenges coming up and ways that you'll overcome them. In these situations, just think about what the outcome is you're trying to achieve and the way that you best know how to do that at this point in time. And now, I want you to start again, back at the start, and this time, go back through the whole period from tonight till tomorrow night and see it all in quick succession. And now just let the images go. And I want you to think about yourself. Think about how proud you are that you did this exercise, that you allowed yourself this chance to paint a really clear picture on the screen of your mind. Take a moment to really thank yourself. And now with this positive attitude towards yourself and this clear vision of what you want the next 24, 30 hours look like, I want you to start coming back into the space, start becoming aware of your breathing again, your butt on the seat below you, how your body feels, the temperature of the air around you. And as you do this, I want you to slowly start wiggling your fingers and toes. Start bringing a little bit of movement into your legs and your arms. Roll your shoulders a few times. And when you feel ready, slowly open up your eyes. Amazing, amazing work, guys. I hope you're feeling quite relaxed now, and I hope that you've got a little bit of a clearer image of how you want the next 24 hours to go. This is an exercise that you can do and get a lot better at very quickly. When I first started doing this, I found it very difficult. I could not see images of how my life was supposed to look, like how just even a singular day was supposed to look for me to be able to move towards what I wanted. But as I got clearer and I got better at writing these plans at night and visualizing it quickly, it became a lot easier. So hope you enjoyed the session today. I'm going to end the recording now.